Welcome back to Cincinnati. We join this round of 16 matchup in action. At the bottom of your screen in white, Jack Foster, the number 3 seed. Richard Livornese Jr. in the blue, and plum at the top of your screen, the number 15 seed. The Virtue fellas, as we get started earlier today, we see matches that are earlier in the draw.
Yeah, and again, you're talking about some really good early matches. We talked about it, Chad, when we got here this morning, watching some of these first rounds, looking around. They're ridiculous, but the match we got in front of us, Chad, we were just talking about off air. Jack Foster dealing with a right ankle injury that he suffered last week.
You saw it right there with that movement. He grimaced as he went to change direction right there.
And you see the black brace on the right ankle of Jack Foster, still leading in this first game, 4-3, Livornese on serve.
If anybody can grit something out, it's Jack Foster. He's going to battle. He's going to grind. But, Chad, I'll let you talk about it, but you were talking with him before the match, and what were you saying with him?
No, I literally told him just go out there and rip everything. You don't want long points in this situation. Foster has that ability with the big serve, the big forehand, and it's going to come down to the errors by Livornese Jr.
I think on the flip side, too, if you're Livornese, he's got an ankle injury. Keep the ball in play, but right now he's almost looking to be too fine with things.
Miss returns off of that big serve, yeah.
And back-to-back missed returns give Foster a 4-point advantage. Livornese Jr. taking an early timeout here as Foster has been able to work his way through the ankle injury to start.
I'm looking at Foster going to the sideline right now, and he's almost looking at the scoreboard going, I'm up 7-3 here. Like, what's going on?
That was one of the things he said to me is like, hey, this one's going to be quick. I can't move. The Livornese's strength is the cat and mouse game. But right now he's not even making balls to get to that. All it is a return and a stick volley on the first, and Foster's not going to go.
Why is it that players have such a mental block when they're playing against someone that's injured, where you have that almost feeling of feeling bad, taking advantage of them?
You feel mean. I mean, these guys are good friends as well, so it's kind of like, yeah, you don't want to force your opponent to have to go through pain, but in reality, you're playing for money.
Right, you're playing for money, and in reality, what Livornese is doing right now is not his game. Play your game.
Yeah.
He wasn't going to come into this and be like, I'm going to rip. Oh, now he's got an injury, I'm going to drop. He always is playing that cat and mouse drop game, so he needs to just play a little more of it.
And if you're Livornese Jr., as that sails long, you don't know it because you're a player on the court right now, but you have the opportunity as Chris Hayworth has gone down in the round of 16. So it'll be back-to-back tournaments where Chris Hayworth does not win a gold in men's singles. And so if you're a player like Livornese, the draw opens up a little bit. You need to make the most of your opportunities early.
Oh, you can't miss that ball right there. I mean, Foster is literally grimacing right here as he's running to the sideline after Livornese misses this ball.
And it's like a slow down process because he can't stop. His momentum is carrying him, and he's got to just slow down with ease, tap the brake lightly.
Foster, a very physical style player, not able to get out of the corners as quickly with that bad ankle.
Well, there's an example right there, just Foster going for that. He knows it's either going to be all or nothing on that ball right there, just misses it a little wide.
So it keeps Livornese within striking distance, 5-8 here in the opening game.
Ooh, he was there. But that's better from Livornese right there. Moving Foster around, that's the type of play where Livornese has to stick to. Longer extended points, like we talked about. Foster's going to look at trying to end these points early. And with Hayworth losing here in the round of 16, that puts Howes as the favorite on that top side of the draw. Well, that's in.
Yep.
Oh, Livornese is there.
Guessed right and just couldn't put it over the net.
Yeah, he's there. Like you said, Dorian, guessed right, goes to the right spot, but I think he was almost shocked that ball came right to him. That's just too good.
A beautiful passing shot by Foster.
Yeah, not thinking about anything else other than my ankle's killing me. Now just grip and rip.
A missed return there from Livornese. So 3 of those in game number 1 has put Foster in control. And you just mentioned it, Dom. You said Foster just grip and rip. Sometimes as a player, when you're dealing with an injury, it also cuts out a lot of the cloudiness and gives you clarity about what you have to do.
Yeah, I mean, it's the old adage. It's what they call the Jordan flu game, right? Which wasn't a flu game. It was food poisoning. But, you're not thinking about anything else other than, I feel like crap, right?
Survival.
But then all of a sudden, the game just comes natural because you're not thinking about it anymore. You're not in your own head.
Yeah, it's better there from Livornese, moving Foster around again. I mean, the focus for Livornese right now is almost big serve, big return, but in. And not giving away. And he really doesn't have to put a ton of pressure on.
Just be the last person to hit the ball in.
Exactly. And that ball's deep.
Another point for Livornese. He's back within 2, serving at 9-11 as Foster takes a timeout.
Yeah, again, Foster just doing everything he can, but you said it, Chad. You hit it right on the head. Is Livornese just got to make balls, right? Keep it in the purple and red. Avoid the green here, and you're fine as long as you just continue to make balls and keep that ball in play. Early on, though, it just looked like Livornese was trying to, like you said, Chad, they're good friends off the court, and Livornese just didn't want to bring Foster to the kitchen line and make a move. He was going to, trade ground stroke for ground stroke, which Foster wants right now.
And that's not Livornese Junior's strength at all with the lacrosse background. Everything that he's learned in pickleball has been new. Still trying to work on things as we see him getting into a little meditation there on the sideline. But the struggle for Livornese Junior has always been that return. It's once he gets the return and he gets that first volley, then he becomes stronger. But the early shots.
I mean, Foster's known for his big serve. Is there any impact of the ankle injury on Foster's serve? That's the drive leg.
A little bit, but Foster, if you watch him, he comes down in the legs and really, but majority of the time he just stands up through that. Foster's a little bit different as far as he's very strong using the upper body compared to using the legs a lot.
A missed opportunity there for Livornese coming out of the timeout. Missed the third. And now Foster within 3 points away of taking game number 1.
Just wide. Yeah, if you watch Foster's motion right there, he sits on the right leg just a little bit, but a lot of it is trying to power through with weight on that left. So that right ankle, not a big issue on that serve. It's more the movement. Oh, another missed opportunity.
Yeah, it's one after another right here from Livornese. Is just making these unforced errors. It's a ball up. He just got to make that. That's all you have to do.
Are the errors right now for Livornese more mental or are they technical?
Mental.
Yeah.
95%, if not more, Livornese Junior is a mental aspect of it. He has a tendency to overthink things rather than just going out and playing. I know this because I've spent time with him trying to get out of his head.
A missed return there from Foster gets Livornese back within 1, 12-13 here in this opening game of our men's singles round of 16 matchup. Well, Foster had the angle, just the tape unkind, 13 all.
Foster waving the paddle in frustration, ends up sliding out of his hands.
Another timeout taken here by Foster.
And here's my thing right now is Foster had the lead. It's tied now 13-13, a close game one. My question is that if this doesn't go Foster's way, does he continue in game two?
I think he probably will. I don't think he's going to pull out. But I mean, you look at it right now. It's 13-13. Big return, force the error, big serve,
over.
Game done.
Yeah, right. All right. Which is very feasible right here for Foster.
Foster going up and checking the net court before walking back to the baseline. But to further Dom's point, at what point is it detrimental for Foster to continue playing in this tournament on a bad ankle?
Well, it's detrimental for him right now. I mean, not even, moving forward in doubles, but for right now it is. I mean, it's tough because singles is very taxing, especially on that stop and go, that quick movement. Doubles a little easier on the body as far as it goes. So for me, I'm like thinking about my partners too.
Yeah.
Right? Like, do I really push my way through this and hurt myself even more? Or do I say, okay, I'll take the rest of today off. I'll get some work done. I'll go to the trainer, and then I'll prepare myself for mixed and men's doubles.
And again, looking further down the line, this is only the 5th tournament of the season. There's still 2/3 of the way to go. Right. It'll be a quick turnaround to New York City on May 20th.
Mm-hmm.
All things in consideration for these players. And we are back to action here on championship court. 13 all, Livornese Junior on serve. Big response.
Yeah.
All right, you've got one. Now, big serve, take game one.
Oh, just go for it here, Jack.
If you're Foster, you have nothing to lose in this situation. Game point, have to win by 2 on your serve.
Well, especially when we've seen multiple missed returns from Livornese Junior.
Foster able to cover the court, pulls up gingerly, still takes the opening game 15-13.
Yeah, this needs to be a cleaner volley here from Livornese Junior. You see that paddle face open, the ball stays up, gives Foster the opportunity to hit that passing shot down the line.
Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous relaxed fit design for incredible comfort game after game.
Looking for ways to keep active and mobile? Try Penetrex. Penetrex is different than other products with no greasiness, irritation, or unpleasant odors. Made with unique ingredients, it's 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Penetrex, the #1 online rated joint and muscle cream.
Go to pickleballsuperstore.com to get your instant discount today using the QR code on your screen. Welcome back to Championship Court. Jack Foster taking the opening game in this round of 16 men's singles matchup over Richard Livornese Jr. Foster, hampered by a right ankle injury, but gritted out the opening game as he puts that one into the net.
Yeah, good start here is key for Richard Livornese. He needs to come out hot here, get that lead, get a little more comfortable. He was not comfortable early on, put himself in a hole, and never got out of that.
Oh.
0 for 3.
Well, he got called for a foot fault.
And
then missed it into the net, and then played around, just hitting it in the top of the net there a couple more times. That's a better roll there from Livornese Jr. Timing was on, didn't rush it, just focused on coming up the back of the ball, getting a nice roll.
Oh, nice coverage there from Livornese.
yeah, it's a good clean ball right there. Again, taking his time there, not doing too much with it. He was trying to do a little too much in game one, ran into the trouble.
Open up a 4-point lead here in game number 2. Missed return, make it a 5-0 start for the 15 seed. Back-to-back missed returns. What's been different about Livornese in terms of the cleanliness of his game coming out here in the second?
I mean, it's more just about timing. We're not looking, or we're not seeing him put a whole lot of pressure on himself. He's just focused on striking the ball cleanly.
Forehand roll there, 7-0.
But also, too, you see that shorter return from Foster. Foster just stands in the middle of the court. He's really not going to push himself right here and kind of run the risk of creating more problems and more injury.
Doesn't even try to track that down.
That one's very easy to miss, though.
Oh, gosh, yeah. I mean, that's a sitter, right? That's a cookie. Center cut down the middle, 80-mile-per-hour BP fastball. You swing over the top of it and roll.
Oh, Foster painting the far sideline.
Oh, that's what you do right now. Down 8-0.
Oh, there's another missed return there from Livornese. So a bigger serve from Foster. He's still not really going as big as he usually does. Oh, there's two.
Well, it's that, right, Chad, we talked about, it's that plant leg. It's the push off. It's the back leg that he really uses his momentum, but he can't.
Livornese stepping across to take it out of the air, getting back on serve at 9-3.
Yeah, Foster took a little off that serve, a little cut serve. It was a shorter return from Livornese, but again, if Foster doesn't end these points in like the first 3 shots of his.
Good angle there from Livornese, and right now it's just dictating from the side of Richard Livornese Jr.
Yeah, again, he's doing exactly that. He's creating off of his either return or his big serve right now. And like Chad said, if it's not over in 3-4 balls for Foster, it's not happening.
Wow. The top side of the draw is completely open. Amar Wazir taking down Will Howes 15-9, 16-14.
Easy put away there for Livornese.
Foster just throwing a couple lobs back up and over. That's all he could do right there, and Livornese in control here in game 2.
Winner of this match will be moving on to face the winner of Eduardo Irizarry and Alexander Crum. Those two just came off court. As Livornese Jr. puts that away, now 2 points away from leveling this at 1 game apiece.
Was watching Alexander Crum warm up yesterday and play. He is striking the ball as well as anybody right now. He is going to be very dangerous for Eduardo in that round.
That's a nice inside-out forehand there from Livornese Jr.
I think this is the most controlled I've ever seen Livornese Jr. play in terms of being within himself.
Well, to be fair, there's not a whole lot of pressure on him right now.
Sometimes that's more difficult for players, though.
Oh,
good drop there
dirty.
from Foster.
That's dirty, Jack. Livornese has to win on his serve here, so got to hold.
Able to drop it in. Livornese getting back on serve. 14-4 will serve for the game.
It was a nasty drop by Foster. Livornese made it look easy.
Oh. Hands exchanged, won by Livornese. We are level at 1 game apiece.
Yeah, good little exchange here. Better job from Livornese, but again, doesn't really feel that pressure on this one. So we're going to game 3 after this quick break.
This is why we drink. We drink for tonight, finally in town on the same weekend. Inside jokes, the great outdoors, karaoke till dawn, another cold one and a second slice. We drink for tomorrow, for the 7 a.m. 5K and the tailgate that follows, for the personal best that's about to be bestie. Kick flips and polar dips, drop shots, cheap shots, shoot your shot. We drink for the moment, shaky hands, steady beat, a blank canvas, trying to be something. Drink for yourself. No alcohol, no hangover, no empty calories, not a moment wasted. Partake brews the liquid. You bring the courage. Today is for the taking, and we make it happen.
It's hard to find supplements that work. No, thank you. You need supplements that are backed by science with natural and plant-based ingredients and that are third-party tested. Because cleaner is better. Like Ora Organic. Plant-based supplements made from the Earth's most powerful plants for your immune health, gut health, workouts, and more. Find out more at oraorganic.com.
You're 0 for 15 against your daughter because of your toenail bruises and blisters. But she doesn't care because she's got the win. So what do? You get RTP socks with small grip pads inside and out. Your feet will be planted and pain-free. So the next time you can show her that her old man still got it. Nice shot.
And that would be a W for me.
Shouldn't have told you about those socks.
Yeah, that's what you get for holding out on me.
Double or nothing.
All right.
Road to Pro, official sock of the APP Tour.
The APP has unveiled the inaugural Breakthrough Series schedule. The Breakthrough Series is dedicated to up-and-coming pro players committed to taking the next step in their careers and amateur players looking to test their skills. The series will be visiting Boise, Utah, Georgia, Detroit, and New Jersey in 2025. Check out the app.global for more information. Game 3 here in our men's singles round of 16 matchup between Richard Livornese Jr. and Jack Foster. The opening point going to Livornese.
Thought Foster was going to take that one cross court, decided to go down the line and just pushed it wide. After he missed it, he's like, why?
Always there.
Well, and that's Foster's strength as well. And you saw the continued grimace. Like every time he puts big pressure on that right ankle.
Foster took the opening game 15-13 before Livornese Jr. took the second 15-4. Missed return there from Foster. 3-point lead for Livornese.
It
was a good idea.
You heard the grimace that time from Foster with the big grunt when he planted on that ankle, that right ankle. So tough. A little long right there from Livornese, and Foster still with a, call it a puncher's chance here.
Livornese getting a little help off the tape, maintains a 2-point advantage. And the thing that you don't want to do if you're Livornese is leave the door open for Foster. We saw that be the difference in game number 1.
That ball just sailed there on Foster as he went for a little cut return. Well, it's easy to lose focus too when you're playing in this situation. I think that's what happened in game 1 for Livornese. With just too many errors.
That time Foster not able to make the pickup, and especially in rally scoring, if you're not mentally dialed in from the jump, it can get away from you fairly quickly.
Right, points happen in bunches in rally scoring, and we've seen that. You saw that in game 2 for Livornese, and kind of continuing that way here in game number 3.
Missed return from Foster, 7-2 in favor of Richard Livornese, trying to stamp his ticket into the quarterfinals. And what is turning out to be a wide open men's singles draw.
Oh, nice little slap forehand. Well, Grayson Golden won his first gold in men's singles here last year.
And beat Zane Ford in that matchup.
It is shaping up well for him right now.
Will Howes, who's coming off of that Triple Crown in Fort Lauderdale, is out as Livornese not able to make that pickup. Chris Hayworth, the top seed, is out, both falling in the round of 16. Well, guys, we've talked about it as this year has continued. These draws just keep getting tougher and tougher, and the matches that are difficult keep happening earlier and earlier.
Oh, just why? Well, especially in a tournament like this where we're not at a major where we've got expanded draws. Mm-hmm. So, Dom, you and I talked about it yesterday, and then we saw it here in round 1. The qualifiers were tough.
We're ridiculous.
And then you come out and your first round matches can go either way.
And Dorian, you hit on it at the top of this game, talking about that breakthrough series, and you're talking about that with these qualifiers, and that breakthrough series that APP is launching is part of that. You're allowed to go to those breakthroughs. You're not in the top 20. You can play those, earn points towards your main draw, and that first one, we're very proud to say that we're hosting that first one in Boise, Idaho at the Flying Pickle. I know Suzanne and I are very excited about that. The APP coming to Boise. They're not going to be disappointed. The crew there that we have, they represent so well. With 18 indoor courts, a facility with a full restaurant and bar. I know Chad's going to want to come. Not sure if he's going to come. But
where's our invite?
I know, right? But we're looking forward to that. And that's just another thing, another step in the right direction, of the APP Tour with that breakthrough series.
Another winner for Livornese Jr., and it's written all over the face of Jack Foster right now.
Well, he can't even change direction there. He takes one step to the left, and there's nothing to come back. Oh, guessed right, but just missed it wide.
Right now, Livornese Jr. cruising 10-4. Too much there on the forehand roll.
He almost had too much time. That ball sat up, and then again, the issue with that is he let that ball bounce and get to its apex. He tried to attack it at its apex. Instead of let that ball drop a little bit, get a little more top on it, he goes a little long.
Oh, he got it.
Foster puts it away with emphasis.
Foster lets out a little bit of frustration right there.
Aggravated that Livornese got to the last ball.
Nice cut there from Livornese.
Yeah, better angle there from Livornese Jr. Takes that ball out in front. You know, part of what I was just thinking about right now, why Foster is out here and still coming through, you know, there is a big point difference between if he wins this one and goes through. Yes, it's not going to be the most competitive quarterfinal, but Foster is still trying to hold on to that 3 seed. And with so many players coming behind him, oh, just one.
Ooh, I thought he had it off the paddle. I thought it was going to dip enough.
Livornese serving now just 3 points away. A missed return. Big serve there.
It's just tough to see right now. You know, you love watching Jack play. So energetic, so athletic, so electric. And right now, just hampered a little bit. And typically he's going to have that next ball right there. This is a great setup on the first here. But again, you just watch the limitation. Can't get back and plant on that right foot.
And it brings up a match point for Livornese Jr. A valiant effort from Foster. He made Livornese work for it, but Richard Livornese Jr. is through to the quarterfinals in 3 games over Jack Foster. We will hear from Livornese when we come back here at the APP Vlasic Classic in Cincinnati.
People play pickleball for exercise, competition, or to hang out with friends. What your reason is doesn't matter to Gamma. What matters is that you play, that you enjoy playing with passion, and you have so much fun you can't wait to play again. At Gamma, we offer paddles perfect for all levels, including yours, because pickleball is about you, the player, and what feels right. Pickleball is your game. Make Gamma your paddle. Play to live, live to play. Gamma Pickleball.
16 years from today, Greg Gerstner will finally land the perfect cannonball. Unsuspecting friends? Check. Epic water displacement? Big check. A work of art that's only possible because Greg is already meeting all these same people at AARP volunteer and community events. They'll keep Greg active, involved, and mischievous, and help make sure his happiness lives as long as he does. That's why the younger you are, the more you need AARP.
Introducing Persona IQ, the smart knee. Address your knee pain with a replacement that contains sensors which capture helpful information such as your range of motion, stride length, walking speed, and step count to ensure your new knee is performing at its best. It keeps you connected to your healthcare team so you can receive important reminders and personalized recovery guidance. It's not a GPS. It doesn't collect where you've been or where you're going. Persona IQ, a smarter way to regain mobility.
The APP is sponsored by AARP, helping your health and happiness live as long as you do. Gamma, play to live, live to play. And Zimmer Biomet, moving you forward. Visit smarterknee.com today.
Richard Livornese Jr. moving on to the quarterfinals. Had a tough one in game one playing against his good friend Foster, but he'll go on to play the winner of Eduardo Irizarry and Alex Crum, and he's courtside with Dom.
All right, Richard, first, let's start. You're playing against someone who not only is your friend, but someone that you practice with. Now he's dealing with an injury. How is it going into a matchup like that?
Yeah, it's obviously hard. Jack's an awesome player, and he's one of my best friends. So I knew he was not feeling 100%, and it took me a little while to be you got to put the screws to him and try to bring it, because if I didn't, he was beating my butt. So I gotta, lucky to get through it, and excited to keep playing.
What was the difference maker for you? We were talking off camera about shot selection and what you were doing. What was it that put you over the edge in games 2 and 3?
I was really trying to serve wide, so Jack had the longest distance to run because I knew he was tender on the ankle. So I was if I can make him run the long distance, I think I'll be able to find some passes and winners, and I think that kind of turned the tide.
All right, well, congratulations, Richard. Moving on to the quarterfinals. We'll take a break here, have our next matchup on championship court at the APP Vlasic Classic Cincinnati Open.